were watching on TV that there was a storm coming, and my goddaughter Lucy come over, and she was afraid of the storm. And I told her, oh, there's nothing to be afraid of. And then my brother walked her home, and when we came back in, I said, I think we need to go downstairs, the basement. And just the noise. When they say you hear a train, it's a noise you'll never forget. My brother came back upstairs, and he's like, you don't want to go up. And I said, what's wrong? And he said, it's bad. And then we went down again because we heard it stir up again. And so we went down again, and then I had to check on Lucy, make sure her and her mom, Sandy, was okay. And then to come up and see it, it is so surreal. It still doesn't, even though I'm sitting here and looking at everything, it doesn't seem real. My heart goes out to everyone that anyone was hurt tonight.
This neighbor next door here and I came out here in the street and was looking around. It was really dark, and they had said they'd spotted a funnel over in Russell's Point, and we kept looking around, didn't see anything. Went back in the house. We came back out. He came back out, and we still didn't see anything. And then just within maybe 5 minutes, I went back in the house. We was going to decide, you know, there's a ditch over here or over here. It was either that or, well, we just decided to jump in the tub, and we got the dog, and like I say, it was over as fast as it started. It's, you know, not much more complicated than that.
I think it was up on the bed. You take all the blankets off?
This is the first time I've ever seen anything like that. I've lived here all my life, never seen anything like that. I'm Francis McNamara. This happened here last night. We heard the storm warning there, so we got in our basement, and we could hear all this going on until we come upstairs and looked out. We really didn't know what happened. The house was shaking and everything, just devastating like this, you know. Every building we got, you know, all of our barns and everything. We got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 buildings all together. Two of them is fairly new building. This was built in '99. That one over there was like 2013. And that barn's been up there forever.
Welcome everyone to another day. Get you guys down. Just woke up not too long ago. Gotta get Phoenix his breakfast. Gotta get me my breakfast. Today's gonna be a good day. We got quite a bit of things to do. First is putting the eyeballs inside of the eyes. So let's go do that right now. We gotta put these contacts in. You guys, that tiny house gets just as dirty as it does clean. Oh, I gotta sweep again. And it's mainly just because Phoenix. Not blaming him or anything, but vitamins in for today. And we're about to take off. When we come back, we will film those TikToks that I was telling you guys about. And we should be good to go.
This is a look back over the last 12 hours. You'll notice that system moving through Kansas, parts of the Midwest, through Missouri, and is now into Illinois. It's into parts of Indiana, and it is pushing into Ohio at this point as well. The bulk of our threats hold off, though, until later this evening and into the overnight hours. Poor timing on that front, but that is what we're dealing with. We'll see lots of dry time from about mid-morning through mid-afternoon. The only exceptions will be for our far northern counties, places like Marion, Crawford, parts of Morrow counties, where you will see some storm activity through the morning. It will be scattered, but we'll be dry in the city for several hours with mild temperatures and a fairly strong breeze. Then as we get into this afternoon, between about 2 and 4 o'clock, we've got scattered storms that start to develop and move through the region. This continues in several rounds from that point on. So you evening commuters, you'll be dodging scattered thunderstorms. That continues through this evening, dinner time, and then over overnight is especially that time frame we will be keeping a close eye on things as this area of low pressure and the cold front start to move through. You'll notice the downpours. We'll be watching the potential for some strong damaging wind gusts, the potential for hail as well. And then those showers do last through Friday morning. Would be a good morning to tack on a couple of extra minutes to your drive, and then we'll see drier air starting to filter in as we get into Friday afternoon. Our severe weather threats, just about everybody will see thunderstorms, mainly later today though. Then those other primary threats going to be some strong gusty winds, the potential for hail for us, and then that low end but not non-existent tornado risk.
Let's go lock the door real quick. All right, now we are off. Today's a beautiful day out. It's super sunny, and we're definitely getting a lot of solar back in-house, so hell yeah. Back home, see what else we'll get into for the rest of the day. How about that? Fold this laundry real quick. Not a lot, and I do it fairly easy. I just separate everything. T-shirts, I'll take them like this, fold them, military baggage roll right there, and we'll do that for all of them. Looks like we're about to have a little bit of a storm here soon. Got some clouds in the distance. Filming those TikToks, I kind of give you guys a little behind the scenes. So show you guys that it's not really scripted and I'm just kind of like the dome. Imagine paying for this guy's plans. What, you mean my rainwater collection system? So I've actually had a rainwater collection system for the last 2.5 years and it's been working pretty good. Then I'll take you guys as well, kind of show you guys what I do with the angles and stuff. So I'll come over here and tell them this. And in the TikTok series below, I actually show you everything that you would need to know to build one of these, from all of the material and how to get the tanks, plus pump everything inside. For this guy's plans, what, you mean my rainwater collection system? So I've actually had a rainwater collection system for the last 2.5 years and it's been working pretty good. And in the TikTok series below, I actually show you everything that you would need to know to build one of these, from all of the material and how to get the tanks, plus the pump to pump everything inside. Pretty much everything. Hell yeah, looks good. That might be the caption, or that might be the thumbnail real quick. Or maybe this. Can you see the tiny home?
Severe storms now from Texas up to Ohio. Tornado watches up right now across multiple states going into the night.
We're starting to see some of these showers and storms move through first. That's taking the moisture, the instability out of the air right now. If we see a clearing beyond this morning, we'll actually see these winds continue out of the south. We could see reheating and added moisture begin to reinitiate that instability in the atmosphere, allowing for some severe storms later on. Nevertheless, this morning going to be dealing with these showers and thunderstorms. It's going to be a wet commute for you, so just plan for that as you're headed out. Today, what you can expect, 66 degrees going to be our high. A few of those thunderstorms could be strong to severe.
First tornado warning of the night for Ohio. How many Ohioans do we have in here? We don't have the best view of this storm from any radar site, so we're looking out into the distance, right? So we're looking high up in the atmosphere. But high up in the atmosphere,
a new tornado warning has been issued.
okay, we've got another tornado warning in Ohio.
So there might be a tornado here at the tiny house. There's tornadoes literally all around us right now, so let's just hope not. I'm already packed up, Jeep's ready to go. I'll fly the fuck out of here. I don't give a damn. I'll get a new tiny house. Phoenix is ready to go. But this area right here, there's already a tornado on the fucking ground, so.
I'm
This
Tammy.
is my wife, Tammy Burt. That day
About
we went to
seven.
to the Mexican restaurant over.
Walpock. I can't think of the
What
name.
it's called over there.
Yeah, I can't think of the name.
I don't know. We went over there and it was pretty dark, but no sirens or nothing going on.
No.
And
Then it started raining.
it started raining and we got our food. And then as soon as we got our food, the
Sirens went off on our
went
phone.
We hurried up and ate our food.
Yep.
Hurried up and ate our food.
Took off.
And raced back. And at the same time, JJ was calling us, saying there's a tornado on the way.
Yeah. So we come home, picked them up. We were sitting on the back porch for about 5 minutes.
Yep.
And we was listening to YouTube, Ryan.
A new tornado warning.
We seen the tornado back there coming.
Yeah, as soon as I seen and heard him say it was a mile outside of Santa
Fe in Ohio, you need to take shelter because I think that this is a tornado that's down on the ground right now.
That's when I looked up and I seen the tornado above the trees, and we
got everybody in the
got
vehicle.
Everybody and got the dog and cat, and we took off. And it was like we was in a tornado. When we left,
the wind.
because it felt like it was tipping our Yukon.
Yes.
Wow.
Confirmed tornado on the ground once again. Get to shelter immediately.
I'm Tyson.
Yep. Jack Burt Jr. JJ is my nickname.
Just remember, I didn't take it as serious. I didn't think it was going to happen.
Sure.
Like, JJ, he was packing all up and everything, and I don't know, I went inside and I just didn't really think. I was looking out the window a little bit, and I didn't believe it because I've never seen a tornado, never been in a tornado. Like
Lakeview, Ohio. You've got to run, not walk to shelter.
I looked at Tyson. I was just like, man, I think there's a tornado coming. I'm being serious. I think you need to go inside and pack a bag or something. I was like, because it's coming right for us.
When Mom and Dad got home, it just seemed like it wasn't even 5 minutes, not even a couple minutes. JJ, he was already pulled up, and it got to the point where he said, you saw the tornado?
Well, it started getting. We were underneath that balcony underneath there, and the whole family was underneath that balcony, and we were looking outside. It was dark, like lightning was going over. But I remember handing Dad my phone and saying, "Here, watch this guy." I went out by the tiny house. The tornado sirens just went off. I think the hail is literally about to happen here at the tiny house, closer than it's ever been before. So let's hope everything goes well. Hopefully it looks like it's passing that way, but we'll see. I'm keeping a track on the radar and everything, but rain's coming and it looks like hail's coming. So, because I wanted to document it and see what was going on, that's just what I do. I make content and everything. So I went out there and went live. I had people watching me, telling me, pack your stuff and get it going, or go in the basement or whatever. I've always been a firm believer, I don't care if I even had a basement, unless it was too close to where I couldn't get in my vehicle. I've always told myself I would take off.
This is a life-threatening situation, especially here in Ohio with this specific storm. All
right, guys, I gotta evacuate. The sirens are happening, and the tornado's heading right for me. And the debris and just the rain was covering my windshield to the point where I didn't know if I was on the road or about to hit a telephone pole or anything. So Phoenix and I are going to be all right. We're going to be
significant damage now as it approaches Russell's Point, Ohio. It's rain wrapped. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that one. You're not going to be able to see that one at all.
Underneath of it, it felt like it was, lifting up and everything. And I just knew that there was 2 stop signs. I had to wait for another stop sign, then I could turn left. It was kind of like I really didn't know where it was.
We'll be right, Phoenix. I got you, buddy. I got you, buddy. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
I was just hoping that we made it out. I mean, I've never been in a storm that intense where I couldn't see out of my window. All I knew is Mom and Dad and Tyson was behind me, and there was a point where I held on to Phoenix thinking, man, this might be actually it.
Started hearing calls and reports of damage and things like that tonight?
Well, I left the office about 7 o'clock tonight, and I was on my way home. And I just sat down to finish watching the Ohio State Buckeye game, and I saw a call coming across my radio and then also across the television of this storm coming in. And I immediately called my office. And at that point in time, we hadn't had anything yet, but probably about a half hour later, maybe going 8 o'clock, I got a call that it's touched down, and there's any Lake Erie special has been hit very heavy. I've not driven through very much of it, but I can tell you that talking to the first responders that have done so, it's quite extensive.
I keep my eyes in the sky now. I always pay attention to the weather and the radars. Never used to until now.
You get it? Yep. Okay, go ahead.
My name is Jack Burt.
And I'm Tammy.
My wife, Tammy Burt. That day
About
we went to the Mexican restaurant over.
Walpock. I can't think of the
What
name.
it's called over there.
Yeah, I can't think of the name.
I don't know. We went over there and it was pretty dark,
Yep.
but no sirens or nothing going on.
No.
And
Then it started raining.
it started raining. We got our food, and then as soon as we got our food, the
Sirens went off on our phone.
We hurried up and ate our food.
Yep.
Hurried up and ate our food.
Took off.
And raced back. And at the same time, JJ was calling us, saying there's a tornado on the way.
Yeah. So we come home, picked them up. We were sitting on the back porch for about 5 minutes.
Yep.
And we was listening to YouTube, Ryan, and then we seen the tornado back there coming.
Yeah, as soon as I seen and heard him say, it was a mile outside of Santa Fe. That's when I looked up and I seen the tornado above the trees, and we
got everybody in the vehicle.
We got everybody and got the dog and cat, and we took off. And it was like we was in a tornado. When we left,
the wind.
Because it felt like it was tipping our Yukon.
Yes.
all the way down this road, down 83, and then on 720.
Yep.
Once we got on 235,
it wasn't too bad. It was still raining.
It was bad, but it wasn't really rocking our Yukon.
And then we pulled up.
We went
Saucy
clear
Sal's.
to Saucy Sal's, clear down 235, and sat there for
maybe a half hour or so.
Yeah, and then we went back to the Indian Lake School.
Yep. Sit there for half hour, and it was still storming. And then we come back here, pulled in the driveway, and noticed the shop.
Noticed everything was
just destructed.
Everything was gone.
Yes.
Everything. The first thing we noticed when coming back
shipping container
was our 40-foot shipping container, probably a quarter mile down the road.
Yeah.
It had, you could see the indentation marks as it rolled all the way across the cornfield, took out 2 telephone poles.
Yep.
And landed in the middle of the field across the street.
So we had no electricity at all. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have electric till the next day. They actually got that on pretty quick.
Yes. Yeah.
It came on probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Yeah. I was surprised. Yeah. But we pulled in the driveway. We couldn't even hardly pull in the driveway.
No, because there was so much stuff in the driveway. Greenhouse and the shed and everything just tore up. Because we had a shed out here and a greenhouse there. And then your shop, and then our son's tiny house. It was flipped over in the backyard. So everything was just kind of went that way, towards that way.
We had a windmill over here where the pump house is.
Yes.
And it pretzeled it all the way down and on top of my truck.
It was probably, what, 12 foot high, come down?
Oh no, that thing was
taller than that.
Yeah, I'd say that windmill was probably 20 feet tall or more.
Okay.
It just pretzeled it down. Then we walked in here, I remember, and it was just, there was nothing. The only thing standing was that wall in the office.
Yes.
The rest of it was just down.
But you had 2 cars in here.
And I had 2 cars. I was cramped in here, but I had a lift here. You can see them pads, and there's pads there. And I had a CRV over here doing brakes, and then what the best part of this is on that rack I had a 60, what was that, a 60, I think it was a 68 convertible Impala doing custom duals on it. And it come out with a tiny little scratch on the driver's door. That's
and
it.
The roof and everything was gone?
Brand new top, didn't touch it. And there was there was insulation, spray foam everywhere. I mean, come out with a little scratch on it.
That was a miracle car.
She actually came back after I was tarped in, and I finished the exhaust probably 3 weeks later or so after we got tarped in. Yeah. The company we hired to build this shop and fix the home, it took them probably about a month and a half before they could get out here, because they was on other things, But when they started here, they didn't leave till it was done.
Yep.
So they did pretty good.
And
it was a long time recovering. I mean.
Yeah, still recovering.
Man, we lost so much.
Yeah.
That shipping container had all kinds of stuff in it. We had a building, a shed behind here.
Lost it.
It was gone.
Then
What
the
else?
greenhouse.
Oh, and the brand new greenhouse, I just hand built that. Gone.
Yeah.
The fence gone. The whole back end of our garage at the house was gone.
Yeah.
It took shingles. It didn't break a window though.
No.
Oh well.
Well, the garage windows on that
Yeah,
side.
I guess it did. And I had my show car. It was a '65 Olds 442.
It was in the front.
It had a late model LSA engine in it. That was my baby, and it got beat up.
Yeah.
Garage door was on top of it. Yeah, the one garage door was on top of that, and then there was another garage door that somehow made it through this way
to the back porch.
To the back porch back here and underneath of our hot tub.
Yeah, not sure how that did it, but.
Then a friend of mine let me use his skid loader the whole 5 months too.
Yeah.
And so we used that
cleaned up everything.
practically every day. And then another friend let me use his dump truck. So
Yeah.
I probably took a total of 50 truckloads
Yeah.
to the dump sites uptown.
Uptown there, Lakeview.
Yeah. And we helped out the farmers too.
Yep.
With the fields.
Yes.
All
the fields.
Not just our stuff.
Yeah, their
Whatever
stuff everywhere.
that tornado picked up.
Yeah.
Was in these fields here. So
we all picked that
we
up.
helped them. Then we helped another friend of mine. He owns the car wash uptown in Lakeview. We helped him
because it was bad.
We helped him do a few things at the car wash and pick up around his land. He's the one that let me use his dump truck. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, we're alive.
That pretty much covers it.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Just glad to be alive.
I'm missing a lot of things that I can't remember probably. It was crazy. It really was. It was just we lost so many trees.
Yeah, we did.
We had massive trees around here. Gone.
It just big ones.
Gone or laid
big
over.
trees. Yeah. That would just pulled it right up out of the ground.
It did. Yeah.
And
Well, in fact,
his sign.
Where, my
Bert's sign.
My Bert's Auto Service sign actually
went in that woods
blew
over
away.
there.
And our friend owns them woods over there, and we found part of it over there.
So we're gonna hang it up.
Yeah, I was going to
reminder.
Hang it up in here sometime. And our garden out there is where our biggest trees at.
Yeah.
Was at. Yeah. Tyson learned not to let a cat out of a cat bag as we're going down the highway.
Because it was so loud.
Yeah, he let Tulu out.
In the back of the car.
Oh, it was crazy.
Well, they didn't know what was going on anyways.
Okay, so I do have a couple questions I'll ask here. First one, I'll ask the question and then just give it about a second or two and then you can answer.
Okay.
So the first question I'm going to ask is, has this event changed your outlook on the weather at all?
And more than you know.
Yes. I keep my eyes in the sky now. I always pay attention to the weather and the radars. Never used to until now. Yeah.
I'm in denial.
Yes.
Because it's not.
In
denial. I don't think it's going to happen here again.
It can.
Maybe, but I doubt it.
It's happened in Walpole.
I think if it does come this way, it's going to be, not in the direct path it took.
I don't believe that.
I do. I'm a firm believer. I'm not going to let. Yeah.
After the tornado.
I'm not going to let it happen again.
So after the tornado, we had another couple more scares. And I kept on telling him, we got to go. He laid on the couch. I was like, let's go now. And it was scary because it did come, there was
north.
bad it was north.
Was a small
I think
one,
it went to Kenton or something, but he wouldn't budge. I was like, we're leaving now.
And we did.
If we don't, you're staying here, I'm leaving, because it was scary. Yeah, it makes you nervous now, since we went through it.
But our eyes are always in the sky looking.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
Always.
A little rainstorm or anything.
Yep.
Yep.
Even the wind is just.
Yeah, the wind's really bad out
crazy
here.
because it's so flat.
Yes.
The other question I'll ask, and if you don't have a good answer for this,
Okay.
that's fine. So we're pretty much a year since that tornado happened. Is there any way that people watching this can help the communities of Lakeview and Russell's Point and any of the people that were in the path of this tornado?
The only way I know is to donate.
Yeah,
If
to
they
help
wanted
people
to
out more.
donate,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
There's a lot. There's still
Still a lot of people that hasn't fixed their homes and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
due to the
there's still that.
no insurance and.
Well, there's still charities out there that's
Oh, yeah.
taking donations
Yeah.
for this tornado.
Yeah. No, I
But
think
I-
I think
you know.
Lakeview did pretty good. I mean, there was a lot of help uptown too. You know.
There was everybody pulled
Yep.
together.
Yep.
Pulled together really good. I
For
think.
a little
we had
town,
a lot of
you
people
know.
out here helping us.
Oh yeah,
people we didn't
strangers
even know.
from Columbus. We didn't even know. They just seen us working out in the
Yep.
yard, and they come and helped us clean for that day. Didn't even
Yeah.
know who they were. So.
And that was right after. That was
The
like
next day.
That was that.
Yeah.
That one the next few days.
Yes.
Afterwards.
A lot of people come out and helped us.
A lot
that
of
we
my
didn't
friends
even
come
know.
out with chainsaws.
Yep.
For sure.
Yes.
My brothers.
I can't remember.
Indian Lake Tornado Fund.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was called though.
And we can probably find
Yeah, yeah.
For sure,
But
it's
yeah,
just
as long as
called
everybody
Indian-
helps
the
everybody out
Indian
when
Lake
something like
Tornado
this
Fund.
happens, and it seemed like this community did that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people come from everywhere helping out, especially uptown and stuff. So, yep.
Okay, thank you guys.
Yes, you're
so
welcome.
much. That,
Yep.
I mean, that's given us more than we need.
Yes.
You guys did a great
Thank you. Nervous.
Never been on camera before.
Right.
We'll stop the.
I'm Tyson. This is my brother, Jack.
Yep, Jack Burt Jr. or Jack Leonard Burt online. JJ is my nickname.
And the day of, I'm pretty sure we were chilling in your tiny house, and we were cooking
Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe. Yeah, Sloppy Joe.
I don't really remember much beforehand. I mean, do you remember like what you did before you entered the tiny home to get dinner? Because I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't really recall it. I just remember you were packing up like.
Because it was a work day. Was it a work day?
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was during the week. Okay. But I just remember I didn't take it as serious. I didn't think it was going to happen. Sure. Like JJ, he was packing all up and everything, and I don't know, I went inside and I just didn't really think. I was looking out the window a little bit, and I didn't believe it because I've never had it. I've never seen a tornado. Never been in a tornado. Like I didn't think it was going to happen.
Yeah, I told him that we were gonna eat some type of dinner. I was gonna cook for him and everything. So I was gonna cook some Sloppy Joe. So we were cooking Sloppy Joe, and then the weather just started getting pretty bad, like to the point where I don't know. It started getting to the point where I was going outside. Do you remember I like hitched up the solar panels down again?
Yeah, you had a ratchet strap down, like.
Yeah. Yep. I had a ratchet strap them down, and that's when I went back inside, and I was just like, okay, it's gonna get. It was already getting pretty intense, so I remember going on YouTube and typing in like Ohio weather live, just something general, and that's when I discovered Ryan Hall, and he was live, and he was doing all the tornadoes and everything, and then at that point we were eating our Sloppy Joe, and then just watching him for, I don't know, at least like an hour, right?
Yeah, good while, and then that's when I'm pretty sure you said there was like a good amount of tornadoes picking up, and it just you started taking it more serious, and then Mom and Dad, they were
because they told us that they were at the Mexican restaurant in Lakeview. Yeah, we didn't know that they went to Walpock. I had no idea. I don't know if you did or what.
Yeah, we thought because we have another Mexican restaurant like here locally. We thought that we were there, they were really close, but they were actually about an hour away. So.
Yeah, we had no idea. So I texted him. I was like, hey, looks like there's going to be a tornado or a storm pretty close. Like it looks like it's in Walpock, and then they're like, oh, we're in Walpock, we're coming back home. And then I looked at Tyson, I was just like, man, I think there's a tornado coming. I'm being serious. I think you need to go inside and pack a bag or something. I was like, because it's coming right for us.
And I didn't really pack nothing because, again, I didn't think nothing was going to happen. Yep. I mean, the only thing I really thought of packing was my PlayStation, something like that. I don't know, just something quick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now for me, I have a tiny house. It's 240 square foot at the time, so I pretty much packed every major thing.
Your whole Jeep was full.
I mean,
he had everything.
To the brim.
He was prepared.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, if this thing is gonna come and take my house that I cannot move, I can't do anything, I don't want it to take my Jeep and like some of my belongings. So I packed up everything that I could possibly put in that Jeep, just anything you could think of, like my PC, just everything that was important to me that I could replace, but you know, it'd be pretty expensive, so.
And then, so pretty much to the point where Mom and Dad got home, it just seemed like it wasn't even 5 minutes, not even a couple minutes. JJ, he was already pulled up, and it got to the point where he said, you saw the tornado?
Well, it started getting,
really
we were underneath that balcony underneath there, and the whole family was underneath that balcony, and we were looking outside. It was dark, you know, like lightning was going over, but I remember handing Dad my phone and saying, here, watch this guy. He had no idea who Ryan Hall was or anything, so I was like, watch this guy because I'm pretty sure there's a tornado. So I pulled it up on his phone. He was watching it. I went out by the tiny house and I went live because I wanted to document it and see what was going on. You know, that's just what I do. I make content and everything. So I went out there and went live. I had people watching me, like telling me, like, you know, pack your stuff and get it going or go in the basement or whatever. But you know, around here we don't have basements just because of the water level. I mean, a lot of them don't here, so the only option is to pack up and leave, or you know, hopefully
hunker down in your bathtub.
Exactly.
Something wherever you can.
And I've always been a firm believer, like, I don't care if I even had a basement, unless it was too close to where I couldn't get in my vehicle. I've always told myself I would take off, and that's what we did. So
I couldn't imagine staying in the house. The sound, I don't know, when we were taking off in the car, like it sounded like we were in the tornado. Like being actually in the tornado would, I don't know.
Yeah, the one thing I remember is when I was out there filming content, like I probably shouldn't be doing it, but I was just kind of mesmerized, but also, you know, if the tornado wasn't coming for us, you know, there was no reason to flee. I didn't want to go into the path of the tornado because I wanted to make sure that it was actually coming for us. So we stayed there for as long as we possibly could until, okay, we're 100% sure that we need to take off and go somewhere else. So I was filming it, and I remember the sky lighting up green. I mean, just vividly lighting up green.
Never seen a sky like that before, ever.
And lightning was
wicked.
Striking, like, I wouldn't say near me. I mean, it felt like it was right over my head. I mean, it was
you could just feel the rumble.
Yep.
Like, in the atmosphere.
And it was getting so intense that I was like, okay, I need to like go back inside because I might actually get hit by these lightning strikes. And it was green, black. I mean, the sirens were going off. It was time to get into the vehicles, and I was like, all right, guys. I remember coming back to my mom and dad, and I was like, we need to go now. And I told them, I was like, get animals, get everything. I'm getting in my Jeep. Let's go to DeGraff. So
you take off, and then we get the animals.
Well, I waited. I remember waiting at the very end of the driveway, and I'm ready to go. I'm packed up. I'm like stressing out because I'm like, I see them in their house moving back and forth, getting the cats and dogs and everything. And I'm looking at my rear view mirror, and you know, the light sky is lightening up, and then I'm seeing that tornado every like 3 seconds because it's black, dark, you know, it's rain wrapped, you can't see nothing.
You only see it when the lightning strikes.
Exactly. And I was just like, man, I was like, I don't want to leave them, but I have to, you know, I have to be safe. I don't want to just stay here and, you know, end up dying or whatever. So I see them getting into their car. I was like, okay, at least they're getting in their car. And then it was getting to the point where the tornado was getting so close. I was like, I gotta go now. So I turned out of the driveway and I took off this way about 60, 70 mile an hour in a, you know, 2001 Jeep Cherokee. So that thing was pegged to the floor.
And then it just, when we took off, I feel like it was right on our tail because it got to the point where Mom could not even see out her window. And I don't know, I was just getting paranoid that we were going to wreck from not being able to even see. Like, it was just, I don't even know how fast were you going?
Probably between 55 and 55.
50?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it was just, it was scary.
Yeah, I mean, because at the point where because there was a stop sign right there, obviously we were blown right through it and everything. I mean, I was trying to watch out for cars hitting me and everything, but yeah, I was probably going like 60, 70 mile an hour, and I just remember the winds and the debris and just the rain was covering my windshield to the point where I didn't know if I was on the road or about to hit a telephone pole or anything. And then, you know, I got a 4-inch lift on that Jeep, so it's not the best for storms. And I mean, the wind got right underneath of it. It felt like it was, you know, lifting up and everything. And I just knew that there was 2 stop signs. I had to wait for another stop sign, then I could turn left. It was kind of like you know, I really didn't know where it was, but I was going 70 mile an hour. That's all I knew. I was just trying to get away from that tornado as quick as possible. But the scary thing is you don't know really where it's going. You don't know how fast it's going. You don't know which direction it's going.
It could have been just chasing you the whole time.
Yeah, you have no idea. Like that was I think the scariest part is just not knowing how fast that thing was moving on the ground and like which direction it was going. I think that was the scariest part. It was just trying to like
outrun it.
Outrun it, yeah. And then afterwards.
Like when we did make it to safety,
DeGraff, yeah,
we still didn't have no cell service. Like even outside of there, like it was just people were trying to contact us and see if we were safe. We couldn't even contact them.
So like, yeah, the good thing is that we drove next to each other. That was the only way that we were gonna be like, okay, meet here or anywhere. The only reason that we met in DeGraff is because my Jeep, right before I left the house, my tank clicked and it was on E. So here I am, packed up, EF3 tornado coming, can't see anything, no gas. I mean, worst luck absolutely possible, but so I told him, I was like, we need to go to DeGraff, and then
we just camped out there and like recouped ourselves because we can't believe what just went on. Like, I don't know, I just didn't, I was like, what?
Yeah, the biggest thing was after that, like once we were in the safe spot, we were just glad that we were right next to each other to be able to communicate. I guess that's like the thing that I'm watching out for the most is like comms, like communication. It's like, you know, because once that stuff happens, your cell phone, that's one thing I was like, okay, I can't get back on YouTube or like radar or anything. I can't see anything
no
that's going on.
For
There's nothing.
Our radar. We don't know where the storm
your phone's
is
a brick,
heading
pretty
or
much.
anything.
Yeah.
I'll ask you guys the same question I asked them. How has this changed your perspective, your outlook on the weather after going through all of that?
It could happen to anyone, honestly. Like the weather is just, it's changing, and I never thought I'd ever be in a tornado, and seeing like not just the devastation of what happened to our property but just everything else. Like a tornado is no joke at all. Like everyone should have some sort of game plan for a tornado. Not only tornado, just other natural disasters. Like, weather's no joke.
For me, I take it a little bit more serious. Like, I'm actively trying to learn how to read radar. It's something I've never done before. So just being able to read radar and tell, like, kind of like, you know, to be able to watch out for this pattern or whatever. And then again, like communications and finding like a designated safe place, you know, if a storm comes through here again, like where we're gonna go and like how we're gonna talk if somebody gets lost or whatever. I mean, it's just more about learning and doing a little bit more research on like being prepared if that were to ever happen again. So it has definitely opened up my mind to learning more about that stuff. I don't know, it's in a weird way, some people, like if they go through something like that, they'll be like, I never want to see it again. You know, they're like...
They completely just try to get away from it.
But for me, I'm like, I don't know, I'm watching like tornado videos and learning about radar and like, trying to be more prepared in case that actually ever happens again. That way, we have a plan and we can